Now everybody, sometimes people ask me, well, Swissazer 1, what do you think is the most underrated plane out there? And by the way, no one has ever asked me that before, but scenario. Anyway, what I think is the most underrated plane out there is this one right here, the Beriev BE-200. You know, this is a 72 jet airliner that is able to take off and land not only from, land, like this runway, but also on water. Yes, you might have seen this one before, but definitely not seen it enough. Yeah, this is an amphibian plane, which I honestly just think is a crazy concept overall, right? Planes that, can do both, right? I mean, I cannot even do one thing properly, right? Anyway, what is definitely crazier is the fact that this plane kind of, flopped. Only 19 of these were actually built, and, none of which were actually even ever used as airliners. And in today's video, let's go ahead and find out a little bit why. Now let's take a bit of a look into this cockpit. As you can see, it is proper modern. Now this could easily be like like a CRJ cockpit or something like that. Pretty good. I mean, this came out in 2003 and actually they're still produced. In fact, if after this video you find interest for this aeroplane as like a private plane, you can buy one today, right? I mean, right now there's one for sale, that was built in 2020. If you are into like kind of used planes, right? This one costs $70 million. If you can afford it, then that's great. Only problem about this plane is that it is located right now in Moscow, Russia. So that's probably not going to work out very well, The thing is, the manufacturer of this aeroplane is the Russian aircraft manufacturer of Beriev. We've been known for making weird airplanes that actually do fly though, right? Anyway, yes, this plane is a thing and it's been a thing since 2003. Now, before we take off, let's take a little bit of a look at the design choices here. Of course, as a amphibious plane designer myself, I'm an expert and stuff. But this plane, it looks like a normal plane. It does kind of look like a boat, in the fuselage, I do have to say. But this doesn't look like a normal plane, like a Q400 or something. The only thing that's very noticeable is, of course, this very, very high wing. This is even above high wings. Jesus Christ, that's like higher than the fuselage. That's interesting. We've got these little tanks here that will, prevent the plane from, tipping over in the water. And then we've got those engines that are, of course, on top of the wings, which is something I also did with a 737 that I turned into an amphibious plane. And this is actually really nice. This is actually a Rolls-Royce engine that, as we found out in that amphibious plane video, are probably very strong. The thing is, in order to, water's very resistant, right? And in order to take off properly, you need like proper power. So let's maybe go ahead and just fly right here. Come on, put out the parking brake. Something that we cannot hear though is engine sound. Right, so that's a bit disappointing, honestly. Oh, we're on fire! Which, I mean, wouldn't be a problem here. We are in the ocean and we could do an emergency landing in it. Well, that's not gone very well. Come on, take off anyway. Come on, you can do it. This is a Russian plane. This should be, come on, there we go, yeah. Okay, good flying. Maybe this is the reason this plane was never really successful, the reliability. I mean, after all, again, this is a rather Russian plane. Come on, let's take off now. Yeah. Let's do it. Full power now, and we are properly moving. Let's go. Now, we're starting off this flight here at St. Bartholomew Airport for a reason. It's because we can basically overrun the runway and not really care, because this is amphibian. Who cares, really? All right, then let's maybe put the flaps to half and get flying. Come on. What's wrong with the frames per second? It's horrible. All right, now entering the beach. Okay. We've crashed. Okay, I'll admit, this is not the best flying I've ever done in a video, and in fact, our engines are on fire. Which is, actually a good thing, because we can now properly use the water landing capabilities. All right, let's come in for a bit of a landing. This is gonna work very well, huh? Things looking good. Now, of course, put the landing gear up, which, as you can see, comes nicely into the fuselage of the aeroplane so that no water enters it. In general, you can see something that is a little bit untypical of the Beriev airliner right here is the fact that it does not have anything, below, right? Normally you would find, sensors, but anyway, oh. We've crashed again! Yeah, this is not very good. Come on, let's increase the professionalism. By the way, this whole add-on is completely broken. I just want to mention the fact that we're kind of floating here. I hate this. Why is the landing gear not properly touching the ground? Anyway, talking about failings and failures and all that stuff, why did the Beriev BE-200 fail as an airliner? Well, first of all, it did kind of end up succeeding as a firefighting plane, right? These planes are used worldwide in California and pretty much anywhere, right? To fight wildfires, and it's doing that very well. Here we go. Look at that. Some water coming out right here. I mean, that's a good thing about having a seaplane, and especially one that's super fast. You just go ahead and land on water and load some and spray some and stuff. Look at that. Yeah. Just like the water bomber usage, all these 19 BE-200 that were actually built are used for firefighting. Now the thing is, I couldn't really find a reason why there were never any passenger variants built, but I'm guessing it's just a thing of demand. I mean, who needs one? First of all, I'm pretty sure the Beriev can pretty much only land on open water, right? So like ocean or something. I'm not quite sure about landing this thing in a river. This is very miserable flying here. Why can't I get this thing to work? Come on. Come on. Now another thing also, of course, about this plane is that you have, I mean, there are rarely any places that don't have airport access, right? And also just infrastructure, like building a huge seaport like this. Wouldn't be all too easy. By the way, are we sinking? You know what? Maybe also it's generally the reliability of this airplane. I mean, we've had some crashes here on the Beriev BE-200. Also simply because flying on water is generally more dangerous. Yeah, come on, but let's go now. Can we take off? Something like that. This is a very disappointing Beriev video. Yeah, in general, there's pretty much just no need for amphibian airliners. Even though it would be a cool idea, right? I think most of you guys would actually fly this plane. Come on. I mean, at least like do a smooth, proper, professional landing here. How about that? Yes. Maybe let's go ahead and butter it. And we're on fire again for no reason at all. Great to see. Okay, let's butter it here in the water. I mean, we're in Scotland right now, by the way, on some very huge lake, which is, I think, lake size that could actually work. All right, so let's do it. All right, you know what? I'm giving up completely on this Russian airplane. Come on! But, the engines are working again now, so we can take off, maybe taste the power of this plane. This thing, again, was very fast, or is very fast. Oh! Birds! What is that now? Okay, we just had a bird strike. That was good. This was literally the first time I had a coincidental bird strike here, because it has this birds here on the map. I just flew into birds. All right, never mind. Luck is not on our side today. So yes, everybody, the Beriev. I would love to fly it, even in the flight simulator, but that doesn't work. Please update the airplane, because after all, this is a very nice model. The cockpit here is very beautiful, very Russian as well, because of, the very turquoise kind of design, kind of cool. But yeah, this is the story of the Beriev BE-200. Again, pretty good airplane, helped fight some fires, that's good, but sadly never really took off as a passenger airliner or in the flight simulator. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Now, thank you to all my members here on YouTube, like Mike, Jacob, Tanner, Mubarak, Darren K, Oh Man the Human, Robbie, Tim, Matt, Sleepy Boy, Calvin, Kelly Chaos, Ryland, Moritz, Jackie Boy, New York, Shadow, Noah, and Death Rider.